From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Chicago Bears. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And some room to run now. And they will finally get him down, and now penalty flags coming in as well. And they might get half the distance here to boot. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Rosen will throw, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Kareem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and through, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Breaks a tackle. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set. 60 outlaw. Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Fitzgerald. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm. Strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Tom Gurley. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Try to get it to Woods. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual-type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
53's the month. 53. Check 53.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Rosen, he's got the hook up to Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12. The Rams, 29-yard line.
Go, Captain. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Alert, alert, alert. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
On 2nd and 12, Rosen, and he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Completes it to Miller. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 18 yards and a first down.
We saw everything we needed to see right there. Timing, anticipation, and accuracy. And when Josh Rosen throws a slant, if you're the receiver, get your hands up. Otherwise, the ball is going to stick right between your numbers in your chest.
On first down, it's Rosen. That's complete to the tight end, Broniker. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Check 26, check 26. Check. Check.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was. As you said, keeping him away from his second first-quarter touchdown there.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. 53's the month. 53. Check 53. Record.
Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. A first down run there for Gurley, but nothing opening up as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Now Goff on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Goff now to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Goff now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. To throw is gone. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. After the sack on first down, Goff nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Hey, high 7. Guys.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Stopped up shy of the 45 despite some pretty powerful running. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
DC.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. He's going to have the first down past the 20. A big run there by Gurley. 63 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Value three.
Goff now looking to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Out of the gun. Gone. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 33 as we ironically approach 3:33 remaining in the quarter. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Henderson now on first and 10. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Darrell Henderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Zerline good with a PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll bring up a second and 14. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. One down. Hey, Delta. 54 much.
Throwing on second and 14. Rosen. And he completes it to Cohen. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The trick play works. Excellent execution. 18 yards on that fake and a first down. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 17-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field. Show it. Check the backer. A little flare. Under 10.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This one into the hands of Burton. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Check 53, smart. Heavy on the edges. 53's the mark. 53.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson in the final seconds of the first half as the Bears push further out in front. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Yes, sir. Hey, chill. Check three. Watch. Hey, kill.
A final shot before break here. Going up top. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Check. Monday. 58, right over there. Right over there. Hey, Team 6. I'm scared. 58.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And this one's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Haywood.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's caught. It's Miller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the screen. Check nickel. Check. 25. Check 25. Watch out.
Here's Hunt. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there on a first down for Chicago.
16 yards. First down, Bears.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A toss play to Hunt. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. He's checking. Alert.
Oh, design run for their wideout. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking.
Back to throw. Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Leonard Floyd able to record his 5th sack of the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Goff now looks to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On first down, Hunt. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. I know he ain't got it. Hey, switch. 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 Rush in. Rush in. Check.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
53's the mic. 53's the mic. 6-man. Hey, alert. Check cross. Bravo. 53, Mike. All day, baby.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You must be true. Check. Alert. Hey, Alpha. Watch the slant. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Check. Cross.
Rosen to throw on third down. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. He takes this for 3 to the 29. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again they run with Gurley. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, but guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Shoot! No. Off. Hey, shell. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. I'm going to come back to you.
The Rams going for it on 4th. Gone. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for L.A. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. That'll be caught by Kupp. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Hey, lift.
Goff on 1st down. A deep ball for Gurley. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
It's just me and you. Check 99. Kill.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
They run again with Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. The Bears on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8.
X3, 218, chop it. Corner. Let's go. Smooth. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, check.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards into Chicago, first down. Rosen now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A give right side now to Hunt. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rosen. Flushed out right. He'll run it and avoids the contact by sliding. The Bears on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
First down, a run with Cohen. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. The point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Ooh, with a juke. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive.
And his throw intercepted by the all-pro corner Kyle Fuller. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up. Jim. 80. Check. Do.
On 3rd down, it's Hunt. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Check 26, check 26, check. Check hot route, hot. Look, squeeze, now.
Another carry now for Gurley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On third down, Fitzgerald. He'll get this one to Cobb complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. On first and 10, Fitzgerald. He's going to dump it off to Gurley.
Fitzgerald. Out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, Echo. Ready?
2nd and 1. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Eddie Goldman with a sack. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bears, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis.